All right, Shalom. This is Sharba Asrala. I like the camp. And first and foremost, I like to praise and honor and glory to the Father and the Son, and the proper true Hebrew tongue, the Paleo Hebrew, the Last Dash, the Holy Tongue, called Halam La, Yahweh Bashma Shai, Bashem, Harakakudash Moth. Also, the bunch of elders, Apostle G and Mass, and the bunch of elders as well. Our heart one by Sharala. Peace of Vessel 1/3. Insight 604 elect. This is gonna be a quick lesson going on Yahweh Shai, being the man child, being the one who's prophesied, to be born to be our avenger, or avenger, a healer, uh, a perfect sacrifice ultimately, and the ones that died for his people, which is the 1/3 and hopeful elect. He's only coming back for the hopeful elect, and in the 1/3 river. That's what the Lord Yahweh Shai coming back for. And to avenge our people. And to destroy. Well, basically, slay 2/3 of our people who don't believe in Yahweh Shai, and who is not and chose not to turn back. And this is from the very beginning. This before the common era, like 4 BC. King Herod, man, he wanted to slay Yahweh Shai, but it was prophesied for him to be born, man, and nonetheless in a manger, because he's that lamb. He has no spot and no blemish. He a virgin. He's pure, So I'm gonna get straight to it. It's Isaiah chapter 9. I'm starting verse 6. Yeah, I'm starting verse 6. It says, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the mighty God, the everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace." And ultimately, these are titles. His name is Yahweh Shai, but these are titles to go with his name, man. Wonderful, Yahweh Shai, the Wonderful, the Counselor, um, the mighty power, the everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. That's who Yahweh Shai is. He came back. He came in the flesh. The most recent time he came in the flesh, and he came, as a man. he was he was one of the first beings ever created. He was an angel first, but he was ordained to do this task that no other angel was ordained to do. He he was chosen from Yahweh from the beginning, to do this task. Yahweh Shai, being this sacrifice for our people, for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and speckled birds, and the one that believe on the name Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. All right. It says verse 7, "Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end." So come, man, Yahweh Shai will reign forever. He's gonna come back. He's coming very soon. Wayward of he got to save he got to save his servants, the elect men, the Most High's little ones, from Esau, this and stretching out this place, the 200 million ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, as they're destined to hit this place. All right. And but after Yahweh Shai and his servants get the kingdom, it will be everlasting. It will be forever. He's already destroyed all the other countries, far off. Any country that you think would ever rise up again, they're gonna be cut asunder. They're not gonna be able to rise up with nothing. They're gonna be rising up with sand and sticks and stones, but nothing nonetheless. Though they won't be able to. Verse 7 says, "Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end upon the throne of David, and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth, even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this." It says, "The Lord sent a word into Jacob, and have lighted upon Israel." That's so kind, man. Nonetheless, going into Yahweh Shai, man. This is I could read up before this. And I just missed a good little point. Isaiah chapter 9 verse 5, it says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So this is how Yahushua is going to get his throne. It's going to be by this place being destroyed by thermonuclear destruction, 200 million ICBMs, you know, and through that, Yahushua he's going to come back down. He's going to avenge his people. He's going to slay many kings. You know, as much as the Lord wants, everyone. You know, the Lord going to look up at every stone. All right, this is Revelation chapter 12, start at verse 1. It's like it. All right, it says, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, Israel, and the moon under her feet. It's like it. Woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, uh, being the laws and wisdom. Uh, it's clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars, being the church of Israel, and being with a child, travailing and birth and pain to be delivered. You know that's being us, man. The 1/3 and hopeful elect that is a crime, man, and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon. What's like it? I'm gonna skip down. Well, yeah, verse 4:4. It says his tail drew the third part of the stars heaven. Well, I can get verse 5. It's like it. It says, and she brought forth a man child who was to rule all the nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto Yahweh into his throne. Yeah, I'm going to read verse 4. It says, and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which is ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. And she brought forth a man child, being Yahweh, man. Ultimately, that's the main, that's the prince, that's our king, Yahweh, man. And of course the lower little ones, you know, anyone that's serving Yahweh, and being his servants. But Yahweh being the main focal point. He he's the man child, man, the savior, the land without blemish or spot. It says who was to rule all the nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto Yahweh into his throne. So come, man. Nonetheless, going into Yahweh being that man child, being that land without spot or blemish. And it says who is to rule all the nations with a rod of iron, man. So that's Yahweh. He's gonna have many crowns on his head. You know, and of course, our people are crying to be delivered as well, man. But you know, Israel is people before it was a place, man. It was given to the seed of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today, man. We are given the laws, and we got to follow to the best of our ability, and we given the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Shah. You know, so that's something we have to keep, because Yahweh didn't die for no reason. He died for a very, very good purpose. He died for uh, the cosmos, a small orderly arrangement of stars. He didn't just die for, nothing. He died for his people, the 1/3 remnant and the 144,000 elect men. This is Revelation chapter 19. I'm gonna start at verse 12. It says his eyes were as a flame of fire. You know, he being Yahweh is angry at our people. On his head were many crowns. Well, I can start at verse 11. It says, and I saw heaven open, and I behold a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true, and in righteousness he doth judge and make wars. This is Yahweh, man, the king of terrorists, man. He's the he's the true God of war, man. It says his eyes were as a flame of fire, angry at 2/3 of the people for turning back, for not turning back when they had the chance, man. He coming back down here for that reason, man. It says on his heads were many crowns, meaning he destroyed many nations off the face of the earth. Magog, China, they all the countries are coming up against America to destroy it. But at the same time, those countries still gonna have to get the heat. Every country have to get the heat, man. Uh, out of the Lord gonna send the angel. You gonna send you outside, man. You gonna send it's elect men, getting them all them, either getting them what's it called, elites out they hoes, you know. So that would be ultimately for the outside the side. And your outside gonna be the main one come out the skies, man. Destroying the nations, you know. The elect they gonna they lit saying my big brother. Um, what will come? Verse 13 is clothed, and he was clothed with the vesture dipped in blood. His name is called the word of Yahweh. Nonetheless, of course, Yahweh gonna be clean and pure, but his sword is gonna be bathed in blood, man. His garments are gonna be bathed in blood, after the enemy, like physical, you know, and yeah, yeah. So yeah, just going in that, man. Yahweh being the man child, going back to that point. He's holding a government. The government is on his shoulders. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. It says, "Think not that I come to send peace on the earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." So kind, man. Simple, plain cut. Period. Any Christian would say, God is love. Of course, God is love, but what does love mean? It says, if you love me, John, slightly paraphrasing, um, if you love me, keep my commandments. Well, not. Yeah, I think that's what the verse is verbatim. Is if you love me, keep my commandments. So you have to keep the laws and statutes commandments to the best of your ability. If you truly love the Most High, those are one of his things you have to do. To the best of ability, you must try to follow him to the if you can just a little bit. And after that, you have to do his work. If you're a man, woman, child, the same thing applies. You got to pray and you got to study. If you're a man and you want to be one of the elect, you got to go to highways and byways. And you definitely got to pray and study, man. You got to pray for anything that's done on the street corners. Anything that can be done. And, you got to pray for your family. You got to pray for wisdom. You know. All right. Verse 34. Okay. Well, yeah, just going in that, man. Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Um, yeah, the Lord not coming to send peace. All right, this is Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. And close out this lesson. This is what Yahweh is going to do physically, man. Every eye is going to see Yahweh when they going to see him on a chariot, man. They going to see that the Lord is not some weird looking Edomite. He's a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah, 10 feet tall, white woolly hair, man. A heavenly and godly and powerful looking man. A man. Not no woman, not no whatever Esau got going on and what Jake got going on, everything. Yeah, man. Revelation chapter 1, verse 7 says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. And they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so among." So kind, man. Any heathens, they gonna be dismayed, man. But they gonna have to be slayed 2/3, man. Seeing that everything that the men of the Lord were talking about on the highways and byways, street corners, it was true. Esau, man, he gonna poop his pants. He's probably gonna pull one of them feathers. Uh, who was it that died by loosening his bowels? So somebody gonna do that. Probably like 1,000 people gonna do that, man. 7,000 people gonna do it. A complete number, or are gonna die by fear, like on that movie 300. Xerxes, they felt like a chill on his spine, a human like chill, because that's what Esau really is. He think he's God, but he's not. Yahweh Shai is. He is God. He has the government on his shoulders. He's the Prince of Peace. Now he can come back at this place as a God of war, man, to avenge our people, and to make known Israel in holiness and righteousness and truth and sincerity. You know. But nonetheless, Lord willing, us edifying a little lesson. And with that, Shalom.